Good morning. It's Paula Rollins with Paula Rollins Health Coaching, and I hope you're having a great start to your Monday morning. And I am really excited to share this. This isn't something that I've done before with people making bone broth together because it's actually so simple that I didn't need to. It's hard to make an excuse to get everybody together to make something that takes like 5 minutes to make. So that's how easy it is. And bone broth, you might have heard about bone broth more recently. It's becoming more popular. It's becoming more popular for a bunch of reasons. It's super healthy and it sounds kind of gross. So let's address the gross thing first. Bone broth is, yes, it's bones that are cooked. You don't eat the bones. But you do get all the good stuff that's in the bones because of the way that you make it. Now, I think I've had everything situated, and see if I can move the camera over just a little bit. So, there we go. Okay, so bone broth is really, it's just glorified chicken soup in a way, but it's really super cooked. And hey, Kathy! So my camera's so far away that I have to, stare, but let me know that you're here. Thanks for coming in and joining me. So bone broth, yeah, Kathy, you would love this because this is something that's going to help your tummy. It's a really good tummy supporter for people, and it's super healthy. Some of the ways it's delicious too. Some of the ways that you can use bone broth is you can actually have a cup of tea of bone broth once a day. It's really super healthy that way. It's easy to do. You can use it for chicken stock once it's made. It is a chicken stock, but it's a glorified chicken stock. So, and this gets a little gross too because we're using leftovers, and not only leftovers, we're using like garbage. But it's going to be clean when we're done. So, oh, I miss you too. So I got my crock pot here, my handy dandy crock pot, and that's what we start with. This is so easy because you don't do anything other than the first 5 minutes. And we're going to start out with the grossest part. These are leftover bones from dinner last night. We had chicken last night. And these have been touched by people's mouths and fingers. And this is going to cook for 24 hours. And it's going to pull out all the nutrients that are inside the bones, in the marrow. It's going to pull out the minerals. It's going to pull out the collagen. It's going to pull out some amino acids that are going to be really good for us. So this just goes right in here. I don't even have to touch it. And then we have what's left over of an organic roasted chicken that I bought yesterday. And I'm just going to cut the meat off and save the meat. There's no point in, I should use a different knife. There's no point in cooking the meat in this if you can use it for something else. When I buy a roasted chicken, I use it for like at least 3 meals. I use it usually fresh, freshly roasted. Roasted chicken is easy. They do have organic. It's more expensive. There's a reason it's more expensive. And I encourage you to bite the bullet just once and notice the difference. And some of it you're not going to notice, but it's going to be better for you, especially when you use it for bone broth, because it gets all the stuff that's in the bones. And if you have a healthy chicken to start with, if you have a healthy animal, it doesn't have to be chicken. It can be beef, it can be pork, it can be fish. Any of the bone broth is going to be really beneficial. So any protein animal, I guess fish counts in that. I'm just picking off all the little pieces of chicken here, so I can use this in a dish tonight or tomorrow that is, I don't know, a casserole or chicken and broccoli cheese casserole or something, or ooh, maybe fajitas, something like that. So I'll save the meat and throw everything else, even the skin, just throw it in the pot here. And see how easy this is? Now, I am getting my hands a little gross, but they wash. So I don't want to waste this meat. Not that we'll waste it if it goes in the bone broth, but I can make another dish. Why not? That's the economical part of it. Even if you spend a lot for like an organic roasted chicken, you're going to spend 15 bucks. That seems like a lot for a chicken. I'm just going to wash my hands here a second. it's not, if you're gonna get 3 meals out of this for your family, plus some good health benefits from supplements that you won't be buying at the store, it's a bonus. So, got the chicken in here. Here's our carcass pieces. And then, this makes it really easy. I'm gonna put some flavoring in it just because I can. There's some extra nutrients and vitamins that go in with this too. So I'm just gonna chop up some celery, and I don't even need to top it and do anything. It is organic celery. And our celery, you can go either way for celery for organic. You don't have to be organic. And then I'm gonna throw in a couple of carrots. Again, just for flavor, because I'm gonna drink some of this, and I'll cut the tops off, I guess. And I'll just chop it a couple times just to break it into smaller pieces and throw that in the pot. And throw in an onion. Just chop that in half. I peeled it already. I cheated. I didn't want to have you watch me peel it the whole time. So I'll throw that in. This is going to go in the compost. And then I'm going to throw in a little bit of extra stuff. I'm going to throw in some pepper. Again, because I'm going to be using this, you don't have to, but it just adds a little bit extra flavor. It's going to be way better than what you would buy in the store. You can buy bone broth or chicken broth or beef broth in the grocery store. The bone broth you buy in the store is $3 to $4 for a quart. Well, how much did I spend on my 2 stalks of celery, my 2 carrots, and the carcass that I was going to throw away anyway? Yeah, winning. So, and this is going to end up, you're going to end up with a product here. Depending on how much water you add, you're going to end up with a product here that is worth, I don't know, $10 or $12 worth of food that's really nourishing for you. So I'm also going to add some turmeric. This is a really good joint health anti-inflammatory, so I'll add some of that, and I don't really measure. It's usually like a half a teaspoon a day if you were to take it. And I'm going to I put in the pepper already because that helps activate that. And that's not going to deactivate and it's cooking. And then I'm going to throw in a couple of bay leaves, just like you would if you were making chicken soup. And again, you can use beef or you can use pork, you can use fish, in addition to chicken or turkey. This is something that when you're done making it, you can freeze it. It can freeze for like 6 months. So, although I recommend if you're going to use this for health to have between a half cup and a cup a day. Now, the key that makes this different from chicken soup or chicken broth is how this turns into bone broth with the nourishing amino acids that come out of it, with the nourishing collagen that comes out of it, with the nourishing minerals that comes out of it, and that is a little bit of vinegar. Now, I highly recommend this vinegar in your kitchen. This one is it's with the mother, it's unpasteurized. This is actually a fermented food, and it's actually living. That stuff on the bottom, I know this grosses you out, Kathy. But this stuff on the bottom makes it alive, and this is gut health. Everything that grows in here is also stuff that supports what grows in your gut. We actually have stuff living in our gut. And if you don't have enough good stuff living in your gut's not going to feel good. So now cooking this is going to kill it. However, I just have this on hand. I'm just giving a little bonus on the fermented food part of that. So I put in about a tablespoon. I guess I could measure for this since I'm doing an official video. So I'll put in a tablespoon of vinegar. And that's all it takes. That's enough acid to pull all that stuff out because we're going to cook this in the crock pot for 24 hours. So while we're talking about this, I want to tell you some of the specific benefits, and I got some notes here to share. So the minerals, I don't have specific minerals. It's going to depend on what kind of meat you use, what kind of minerals you're going to get out of it. But any minerals, when you cook this, any minerals, we'll pull this up here since I'm not cutting anymore. When you cook this, any minerals that are in those bones are going to come out into the liquid that's in this crock pot. And then when you're done, you're going to strain it in this, in a colander or in a strainer. A strainer will get out a lot of the little fibers of meat too if that grosses you out, the little floaties. So you can use a strainer. And then you're going to pour that into a jar, or you can put it in Ziploc baggies, either one. And if you keep the lid loose, you can stick this in the freezer and pull it out whenever you want to. Now what I often do is I make a tray full of little paper cups or plastic cups, and I pour individual servings into those and freeze them that way, so that's right the amount that I might want. Because I use this so fast, I usually put it in a jar and put it in the fridge, and I use this in a couple of weeks. So those are 2 ways to store it. Again, you can make chicken soup with it. You can use it for broth for anything that you add broth to a recipe. You can also drink this in a teacup once a day. My mom used to, I don't know if when you were sick, if your mom used to give you chicken soup in a cup, my mom always gave me this Mrs. Grass's chicken noodle soup, which is basically salt and a chicken flavor and some really cheap noodles. Oh, I do have a recipe that includes parsley too, which is a good vitamin C. But yeah, she gave me something like that. But it was really comforting to hold this little mug of soup because I felt really awful, and just sip that down. And there is some fat that comes out of this. You can skim the fat off if you don't like that, but there's something nourishing about that as well. So those are the ways that I most recommend that people use the bone broth. And again, 1/2 cup to a cup a day. And what does it do for you besides be delicious, especially if you put it in a soup? All I do is add water to this, and I don't have to add water right now because I didn't pre-measure that, but I add water to this, and we'll put the top on, and we'll just put that away for 24 hours. And then tomorrow I'll strain it, and I'll put it in my jars or in my Ziploc bags, probably my jars. It smells really good, just like it is right now. You're not going to taste the vinegar when this is over, but you will get all the benefits. So what does the vinegar pull out? It pulls out minerals. It pulls out minerals that we need for our bones and makes them easily absorbable because they're in liquid form, and we just take that right in and put it right into our own bones. So there's a good benefit. Another reason to get organic, because whatever else is in those bones that you might not want from a conventionally raised animal, especially if they've been exposed to pesticides and herbicides, or if they've been given a lot of injections for antibiotics and things like that. That's really good reason to go with organic. It also pulls out the amino acids. Now, what are amino acids for us? These are not essential amino acids because our body produces all of these, but especially as we get older, we develop fewer of these. Our capacity is a little bit diminished as we get older. So if you're 20-something, you're probably going, I don't need that. Eventually you will, so may as well boost your function now. So amino acids, let's see. The main ones are glutamine, glycine, proline, and arginine. And I'm going to go through each one of those just briefly as to what it does for you. As a whole, the amino acids help soothe our digestive system. It's very soothing, and it also then, those amino acids also enhance the digestion and absorption of other nutrients that we get in our diet in other forms and other foods that we take in during the day. So those are 2 bonuses as a whole that amino acids are taking into our system and helping us benefit from this bone broth. So specifically, 2 more amino acid bonuses is they help support our collagen production. You see wrinkles. Of course, you don't see any wrinkles because I drink this every day. No, just kidding. But our collagen production diminishes over time, and this helps enhance with those amino acids, helps enhance our collagen production. It also helps us reduce inflammation. I did add some turmeric to this to help with that too, but it helps really enhance our digestion and our inflammation. So if you have pain in your body is usually a symptom of inflammation that you have somewhere, even if it doesn't look inflamed. Like you may have pain in your wrist, but it doesn't look swollen. That doesn't mean that there isn't inflammation hidden in there, and it can just be a small amount of inflammation that pushes against the other systems, your nerves in your body, and creates that pain. So this is really good anti-inflammatory, as is the turmeric that's in it. And then for the specific amino acids, proline for one. Proline helps keep our arteries from stiffening. So if you have a risk of a heart disease, this is a good choice for you because it's going to help enhance your ability to keep those arteries supple. And then glycine. Glycine is something that we use to build our DNA and our RNA in our systems, and it also helps in our digestive health. This is also a preliminary aspect of creating glutathione in the body. That helps benefit our blood sugar by regulating it, and it also supports any compromised digestion. So if you're dealing with Crohn's or celiac disease, or if you're healing your gut health from an overgrowth of candida, if you're on the GAPS diet, things like that, this is a great thing to be putting into your diet so that you can enhance what else you're doing. And then arginine is really important for kidney function. If you have a compromised kidney or if you have kidney disease in your family, you definitely want to include this in your diet and support your kidney better. And especially if you're just healing from a disease that you had to do a lot of processing of toxins through your body, your kidneys are going to be overtaxed. So this is a great thing. That's why Grandma used it for chicken soup. So, and then glutamine is really essential to our digestive health. And again, this goes into the GAPS friendly kind of a thing. Celiac, Crohn's, and any other kind of disease. Even if any kind of autoimmune disease is going to be affected by digestion. And the reason that is because we have a brain here that helps our immune system, and we have a brain here that supports most of our immune system. If this isn't healthy, we're not going to be healthy. So what else do I have to share? The collagen. The collagen is super, super important, especially to those of us who we get older. If you're not getting older, well, I'm sorry, because that just means you're dead. No, we want to get older. We want to have our skin, we want to have our nails, we want to have our hair as supple and flexible and lively, and being able to increase the circulation and feel healthy about those parts of our body. This is a great support for that. Everybody who is like 40 or over would benefit especially from this, more so. You'll tell more of a difference. Do this for 2 weeks. Drink this for 2 weeks. Make some and drink it for 2 weeks and see if you notice a difference in your nails. See if you know, of course, it takes a while for nails to grow out. See if you notice a difference in your skin. You're probably going to see that first. And see if you notice a difference in your hair if it's less brittle. So all these things are also really super beneficial. All the benefits of this are also really super beneficial for people who have a thyroid issue because of those amino acids and helping to process our metabolism in a little bit better way. And then joint health. I talked a little bit about pain, joint health, the collagen, and the glucosamine. It actually has a glucosamine chondroitin. You've probably purchased some glucosamine chondroitin at the store sometime if you have joint health. You can save some money. You don't have to buy that because it's got this in it. And then there are other compounds in this that things don't work in a vacuum. So by using a whole food instead of just one supplement to help support some system in your body, you're creating a synergy that's going to make that actually work better. Things work better in tandem. That's how they're designed in nature. If we bring them in separately, they're not going to have that same kind of synthesis happening. So bonus here. And then the best part about this, as far as I'm concerned, and one of the reasons I started doing it, is because it's really economical. I don't have to go buy glucosamine and chondroitin. I don't have to go buy collagen supplements. I don't have to buy gut health support. I do buy some supplements, especially while I'm still healing, but there's a lot of stuff in here that just adds the extra support, so I don't need to buy as much of it. And almost everything in here, well, not almost everything, the stuff that's in here is super inexpensive, and you were going to throw away that carcass anyway. So go buy a roasted chicken, or buy a couple of whole chickens. You can make a whole bunch at once. This crock pot can easily fit 2 or 3 chickens, depending on what size your crock pot is. Add some water. You can add as much or as little water as you want. I usually fill it about 2/3 of the way full of water. And then just turn it on for 24 hours. Now, you can find the recipe for this in my article on my blog. So go to paularowlands.com and click on blog. And I think the article is called Dumb Bones, Dumb Bones. Gonna rise again. So check out the article. It gives you a little more detail. It gives you someone's experience in trying this out. And it gives you the recipe. And give it a try. Super inexpensive, super healthy. You can put any flavorings you want. In the recipe, I don't have the bay leaves. I don't have the turmeric. I don't have the pepper, but you can add those. The most important thing to make the bone broth aspect, the healing aspect, is this vinegar, because that helps release the minerals, it helps release the collagen, it helps release the amino acids. So I just wanted to share that with you this morning, and I don't usually make this first thing in the morning, but it's going now. So I hope you try it, and I would love to have your feedback on that. If you've enjoyed watching this, especially if you know somebody who's sick now, or you're sick yourself, oh, I better send this to a couple of friends of mine who I know are sick right now. This is a recipe that you can put on, and even if you're sick, it's going to help you get better a little bit faster. It's going to fortify your system. So if you like this, put a comment down below of what you like the most about it. If I forgot something or if you're confused about something, throw a comment on there about what it is in there that you would like more information on. And please go to my blog post at paularowlands.com and look at the blog Dem Bones to get the recipe. Share it with a friend. Share it with somebody you think could really benefit from a little fewer wrinkles, a little better joint health, better heart health, better kidney health, and better digestive health. That's a super bang for your buck with just one pot of food. So I encourage you to step into it, give it a try. What's it gonna hurt? You're gonna use your crock pot for 24 hours, a couple cents in electricity, an onion, a couple of carrots, celery stick, you're good to go. Enjoy trying it out. I would love to have your feedback on it when you've tried it and see what it does for you. It's a little bit of an experiment for you, so I challenge you. 2 weeks, even 1 week, to see what a difference it might make for you. And let's get some testimonies, because I think you're really going to see a difference in how you feel and maybe even how you look. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, so have a fantastic week. We're going to talk on Friday. I haven't decided what, so if you have an idea, it's going to be a lifestyle thing. Maybe we'll talk about walking. I do that almost every day, so that would be one thing. Or we could talk about something else that's healthy. If you have an idea, pop it down there or send me a message, and I look forward to seeing you then. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye for now.